Hey, did you absolutely crush Brain Age back in the day? Is it crazy that even in a world of dragons and world-changing magic that people are still skeptical of your psychic powers?
Think of any number between 1 and 1,000,000, and I'll tell you what it is.
9.
Not out loud, dumbass.
Well, congratulations! You might be an aberrant mind. But what is an aberrant mind? Well, pick out on some brain food, set up your chess.com account, and binge watch all the X-Men movies. Even the bad ones. Because we're gonna show them how to use that old noodle.
Noodle, do the noodle dance.
Magic is so weird in the world of D&D. Sometimes you can get it from rocking a tavern so hard the music gods think you deserve a little treat, or maybe countless hours of study has given you clues into the complex ways you can manipulate the elements to form magical incantations. Or maybe a purple octopus shoved a worm in your eye and now your brain work extra gooder. I see you, Larian, with your copy-pasted ass. But no matter how you got it, magic is magic, right? Well, not exactly. You see, D&D in its infinite wisdom was careful to make the distinction between regular old wizardy magic and something called psionics, which is the thing mind flayers use to mess with your brain wrinkles. Psionics is pretty powerful too, as most creatures, regardless of how big and tough you are, have a hard time bolstering that squishy gray matter between the ears, which gives us the perfect opportunity to literally blow their minds. The Aberrant Mind Sorcerer is the only subclass in 5e that perfectly melds magic and psionics together, and it's really strong. Like, maybe the strongest sorcerer strong. And it's through a combination of a great spell list, some fantastic abilities, and an all-around amazing feel that puts this sorcerer in a league of its own. So remember that next time some beefcake tries to act like an alpha, that we're the only ones strong enough to be considered omega. But first, do you want to spend more time planning and less time organizing your campaign? Do you need that perfect jumping off point to get those creative juices flowing? Well, if backup is what you need, World Anvil is there indeed. That's right, if you've been on the channel for any period of time, it'll be no surprise to you how much I love World Anvil, as they have the best tools to keep your campaign running smooth. Whether you're running a pre-built module or creating your own campaign from the ground up, World Anvil has all the tools you need to keep track of players, create timelines, and flesh out your unique world from the ground up. And with support for over 400 systems, you'll never need to look hard for a new game to play. So, if you like what you see and want to give World Anvil a try today, you can do so absolutely 100% free. But for more exclusive features like more worlds to build, more timelines, and much more, you can use my link below to enter the code YMBADND at checkout for 51% off for a year. Once again, that's YMBADND at checkout for 51% off for a year. So, go forge your next adventure with World Anvil. A big thanks to World Anvil for sponsoring the show. And now, back to the video. So you want to learn how to make people forget the time you sneezed so hard you farted in 5th grade and everyone called you sneeze farter until you graduated. That's not a personal anecdote, by the way. Anyway, well, to do that, you gotta start out as a sorcerer. Sorcerers get their magic from their force of personality, so whatever source awakened your connection to psionics, whether it be the brain worm, a traumatic event, or an encounter with an astral alien, you'll channel those powers with your innate charisma. So we immediately get a little spellcasting, with extra psionic spells to boot, and you can add Mind Sliver, Dissonant Whispers, and Arms of Hadar to your list for free, or swap them out as we gain more sorcerer levels, which is actually one of the most sneakily powerful abilities of this subclass, as the spells you swap for can be any enchantment or divination spells from the sorcerer, wizard, or warlock list. But we'll talk more on this later after we've covered some more spells. And like all good mentalists, we also get to annoy our friends by talking directly in their heads. This telepathic speech allows you to maintain a connection with any creature you can see within 30 feet for a number of minutes equal to your sorcerer level, and can actually extend for a number of miles equal to your charisma modifier. And great googly moogly does it come in handy to be able to hide your conversations from others. You can secretly have a side convo with another person while somebody's talking, or keep that connection with a rogue as they scout out for an infiltration, or freak the cleric out by making them think their god is talking in their head. You know, fun stuff. At 2nd level, we get a Font of Magic for some sorcery points equal to our sorcerer level, letting us spend points to create spell slots or bank spell slots to create points. But you're way more likely to use them on the best ability sorcerers get, Meta Magic. At 3rd level, you get 2 Meta Magic options, gaining more as we hit levels 10 and 17, and allow us to change the function of our spells to create new effects. So you can use Quicken Spell to sling a regular spell as a bonus action and follow it up with a cantrip, or twin a single target spell to hit 2 creatures instead to turn a Witch Bolt into Witch Bolts, or a Dissonant Whispers into some Dissonance Whispers. Or heighten a spell to force a creature to take one of your saves at disadvantage. But combining meta magic with the right spells can make for some seriously busted combos, and let your mental manipulation go from a mild headache to a full-on system reboot. You also get more psionic spells like Calm Emotions to sing the barbarian a lullaby after a rage that gets too crazy, or Detect Thoughts to read the minds of those around you. Skipping up to 5th level, we get Magical Guidance to essentially spend a sorcery point as a luck point and re-roll an ability check, which can easily get you out of a jam. And 2 more spells with Hunger of Hadar, which can open a portal to, I guess, whoever Hadar is, as you fill an area with creepy acidy tentacles. And Sending to do that telepathy thing with anyone in the world, as long as you know a little bit about them. So you can tell the phone plans to shove it and make as many long distance calls as you want. Well, at 6th level, we also get that Psionic Sorcery to cast any of our psionic spells on our psionic spells list with sorcery points instead of a spell slot, as long as we spend a point per spell level. But casting it in this way also lets us do it without verbal, somatic, or material components. So not only is the spell uncounterspellable, you can get away with casting that spell without having to find some of D&D's weird spell components, like a pickled octopus tentacle, a tentacle and an eyeball in a platinum inlaid vial, or a giant pickled tentacle. Okay, wait, what the f is up with all these tentacles? What do I look like, huh? One of those Japanese sites for lonely dudes? Jeez, I don't want to hear it. No more, no more! So we also get Psychic Defense for resistance to psychic damage and advantage on saves against being charmed or frightened, which will come in handy if you knew what I was talking about a minute ago. But at 7th level, we get Summon Aberration to create something truly weird from the astral planes, and at Vard's Black Tentacles... Moving on. Cause 9th level gets us the good stuff, with Telepathic Bond to extend your brain power to 8 creatures for an hour, and Telekinesis to hurl stuff around with your mind, and you can keep using it against other creatures or objects for up to 10 minutes, which is pretty sick. So we're gonna take a big jump all the way to 14th level for the ability Revelation in Flesh, as we can now spend a bonus action to transform ourselves into the Aberrant form that grants us our psionic abilities. Each form costs as little as 1 sorcery point and can actually be combined to use as many as we want at once. Starting with Black Eyes that will allow us to spot invisible creatures, a flying speed that will also allow us to hover and makes our skin mucusy. Okay. A swimming speed and the ability to breathe underwater as we grow gills and web feet, and the ability to turn our body into slime so we can squeeze through 1-inch openings and easily escape being restrained. What? Okay, who snuck body horror into my psychic subclass, huh? Was it you, Crawford, you fucking weirdo? Damn it, how the hell did we start as Professor X and slowly turn into Martian Manhunter? Anyway, at 18th level, we can unleash a warping implosion to teleport 120 feet in any direction and create a fissure of energy within 30 feet of the spot you are at. That not only draws creatures into the center, but also deals 3d10 force damage on a failed strength save, which is a rad ability. But now I'm shocked it doesn't also tell us that it covers people in slime or something, because this video got weird on me. And Sorcerer's Restoration at 20th level, which only gives you 4 sorcery points back whenever you finish a short rest, which is stinky and I hate it, so we're moving on. But does the Aberrant Mind leave me brain broken? Not that I wasn't already. It does that and much more. Like I said before, the Aberrant Mind is sneaky good, in that on the surface their abilities seem pretty straightforward, but go much deeper than you might expect. Especially your ability to swap out psionic spells. And while this list is pretty good, swapping out Calm Emotions for Suggestion that you can cast without verbal components is so much better. Or how about Charm Monster, or Mind Whip, Silvery Barbs, or hell, Antagonize?
Look at you, goddamn homunculus.
Add on top all the flavorful abilities like telepathic speech, and you're well on your way to making your favorite mind-melting X-Men. Though maybe we just ignore all the times it wants you to be mucusy for some reason. Blech. But as much as I think things like the Divine Soul Sorcerer are very versatile, I actually think the Aberrant Mind may be stronger. Your abilities are just so incredibly focused, giving you a great sense of direction on how to play the subclass. And while lots of creatures are resistant to, like, radiant abilities, much less are good at fighting off psychic and intelligent-based attacks, which works out great for us. So if you can bench a building with your brain without even breaking a sweat, are constantly hopping into the barbarian's head to help them work out 3rd grade level puzzles, and can finish a fight in one turn by traumatizing the enemy with visions of sneeze farting in 5th grade, guess what? You might be an Aberrant Mind. Hey guys, as always, you're the best, and a super special thanks for watching. You all make this show possible, and it means the world that we've made it this far, sincerely. So if you like what I do, you can drop a like or subscription down below, or shout out which subclass you want to see next. Or if you want to support me a bit more and get your name up here with some awesome people, you can hop on over to the Patreon and sign up for just $1. Any tiered patron will get their name on the screen, but the highest tier also gets games DM'd by me, and we're having a fantastic time over there. So Ted Z, Sora Sen, Spider Lover, King Osiris, and Miles Not Yards, y'all are the best, and thanks for your support. Lastly, the Discord server is bumping, so drop by and show some love to some great people or yell at me about subclasses. I can't wait to see you over there. But until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.